Okay, the point of this whole discussion that I'm gonna have here is pretty much just me giving a rant about things I'm seeing, and the reason what this one is specifically pertaining to is women in the 21st century. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have a very hard time finding a girlfriend after this video, but honestly, I don't care because if you understand what I'm saying, then you'll be glad I'm saying it. If you don't, well, okay, great. So, women of the 21st century, what are they about? Well, I guess we can start off with something that we all know. Um, Women today, they want to be empowered. They want to have the upper hand in the sense that, what, they just want to be treated equally as guys. And that's fine. I agree perfectly with that. I think that's a great idea that, women in most cases can be smarter than men at certain things. The same way there are some things men are just better at. And it's not because one is better than the other. It's just we're tailored differently, Women are more up here, men are more, this. Men are more muscle, women are more wow. Talk about a grammar fail. I think I just proved my point. Anyways, going on. Um, it the thing is, it it's kind of annoying to a guy that a woman who wants to be treated equally can at the same time be extremely selfish in what they want, in the sense that it's nice and dandy when you're a girl going out to dinner, whatever, and you're expecting the man to pay. It's another thing when you're coming out and you're going like, oh, a man should hook his girl up, and a man should take care of his girl, and a man should give her what she wants and give her an allowance. What kind of bullshit is this? Bitch, go get a job. Shit. Damn, man. I mean, it's hard enough in this economy. A dude's got to put food on his table, but goddamn, I got to be paying for your freaking Louis Vuitton shoes? Go to hell down and pay less, man. Them shoes look good. Men don't really care what the hell the brand is. If they look good on your feet, that's it. And that's what I'm talking about. It's like, a woman wants to be treated equally, but then it's like at the exact same time, they expect men to pick up the tab. Why? We can't pick up the tab? Damn, yo, the tab is already maxed out. Shoot, man, between paying for your car, paying for your food, paying for your clothing, paying for toiletries and things just to make your life go on a normal path, you don't have that much to play with at the end of the day. And then your girl wants to come along and say she wants to spend on a goddamn bag? What kind of fairness is that? Okay, but you know what? That's cool. So then you say to yourself, you know what? That just means I gotta elevate myself and make that money. But guess what? That does not solve a single goddamn thing, because you see, when your girlfriend knows that you can afford to buy a Lexus, her ass gonna be asking for a Mercedes. When you can afford the Mercedes, you better believe she gonna be asking for the Porsche. When you get the Porsche, you want that Bugatti jump off. That ain't cool, man. It's like no matter how far you go, a woman will want to keep you in debt, but yet they get pissed off when you tell them, go get it yourself. Shit, man. I want a girl to take me out to dinner sometime, man. I want to go to Applebee's. But God forbid I go to a girl in the club and go, hey, excuse me, you want to go out for dinner? And she goes, okay. And I go, oh, but you got to pay, you know. What? That's it right there. So how can you expect the man to be able to take you seriously in this world if you also want the creature comforts that, well, unfortunately, do not apply with equality? I mean, think about it. A man grew up knowing he has to hold the door for a woman, and if there's a puddle on the street, he should pick her up and pull her over the puddle, and that he must pay for dinner and things like that. That's what we grew up with. And even though times are changing, it's equality when it works out for the best interest of a woman, but then it's it's sexism when it doesn't. That shit does not fly on my block. I'm sorry, I can't stand that, man. Like it irks me to the nth degree. Now, going on. They want equality. And then you see this goddamn girl walking down the street with what looks like half of a towel that she got out of IKEA wrapped around the whole goddamn body. You're like, what the fuck is this girl wearing? There's nothing on her body. For all intents and purposes, you might as well just have used finger paint. You probably would have covered more areas with that than what you're wearing. How can you expect us men to take you seriously? That's another thing too. Why the hell do women wear shirts with their boobs popping out and they expect us men not to look? I mean, think about it. If I went down the street with my nuts half hanging out my pants, you best believe your ass, every single girl walking by is going to be staring at them. But you don't see me going down the street wearing that and then going, excuse me, my face is up here. Why are you looking down? No, I don't do that shit, yo. What do? I cover myself up. So why is it that you go and you wear a shirt with both your twins popping out, and God forbid me as a man glance down quickly to see the goods, and then you want to go, excuse me, what? Why are you? You're just such a typical guy. What's wrong with you guys, man? All you care about is the way a woman look. Listen, women make the argument, oh, but I like to look good. You know, I just want to wear it because it makes me feel good. Well, then that means you're a goddamn tramp, ho. Sorry. That's what it is. I know women who, when they say they want to look good and they feel good looking good, guess what they're wearing? They're wearing a nice blazer and they've got on a nice set of dress pants and heels. And guess what? If she walks down the street next to the baddest chick, all the ghetto niggas are going to be running after the bad chick. And you see all the dudes who have it up here, they're going to be the ones walking up to Miss Classy and going, excuse me, I would like to take you to dinner sometime. This is my number. I think we should get together. Boom. Which one do you want, ladies? So stop dressing like fucking hoes. If you want to be a hoe, go hang yourself in a garden center. There you go. Problem solved. But don't bring that shit to the streets and then get mad at us men when we react to what you're giving us. Simple as that. Now, moving on. Women in the club. This, I gotta sit up straight for this one. I used to work in a club. And every night, well, okay, I wouldn't say every night. I wasn't working every night, but every night that we were open, you guaranteed you'd see at least one girl or two girls who come every single night there again. Okay, so maybe, you know, this is just what she does. She leaves work, probably wants to go and get a drink. Fine, cool. Here's the problem. You see, when it's Friday and Saturday night, everybody knows those are the party nights. Those are the nights you're going out to get wild. And you'll see the same girl in there every single weekend, and even so, that's kind of cool, you know, like, okay, whatever. It's one thing when you're in there every weekend and you're going with your homegirls and you're doing your own thing, y'all having your own fun, nobody's getting in each other's face. Cool. The problem is when you got that girl who shows up every week and she has a new man for every goddamn outfit that she's wearing. That's the problem. I mean, how are you gonna walk up to a guy and tell him like, oh, you know, I'm not a hoe, I'm not this, I'm not that, and we can go on your Facebook and we can find a man of every nationality, race, color, ethnicity, and age variable in your Facebook, tagged in your photos, bar none, and you're all over him. So you might argue, oh, but that's just my friend, whatever. Did you fuck him? Odds are she did. And guess what? Those women are the ones you really got to look out for. They will suck your soul out, and not from up here. If you get where I'm going with this, they are evil. You gotta stay away from them. And you know what? To the girls who are like that, you know what? If you're going around and you're doing tricks, and you're one of those girls that you're in the club every weekend looking for a man, you know what? Get the fuck out the club. The club is like, you know, you want to go out and party, whatever. But now it's becoming a place that you want to have sex. You go to the club. I mean, you know. Shit, even hookers are getting expensive nowadays. That's just the reality of it. That everybody goes to the club now. You know, you go to the club with the expectation that, yeah, I'm gonna get laid. And if you're gonna be seen in the club every week, you can't help but have your image tarnished. I mean, shit, even I went through it at some point where people were trying to say like, oh, you know, there was one of my homegirls, she was stalking me, trying to tarnish her reputation, and at the same time try to say something about me. Why? Because niggas just want to talk. That's it. But guess what? When you're seen in certain environments, they will rub off on you. Simple as that. So, my advice to women. Number one, Pull your own weight. You want that? You want the finer things in life? Well, guess what? You gotta work to earn your soup. Simple as that. Stop trying to make it where you guys can make our lives hell because you want something, but God forbid that if your man's bringing home more bacon, we got to hear some shit about, oh, this world is so sexually biased and that. Nah, that ain't cool. So number one, pull your own weight. You want nice things in this world, you got to be able to earn them too. Don't let your man don't depend on your man. Be independent and mean it. Stop trying to make your man do every fucking thing and you can't do shit yourself. God damn. Number two, stop dressing like hoes. If I want a hoe, I'll go on Craigslist. There's tons of them. And all they want are 12 roses. I could go to Cross Bay Boulevard and get 12 roses right now and get laid. That's it. They want 12 roses. If I want a hoe, I'll go there. If I want a woman, guess what? As a man, if you look like a slut, I might pipe. I might pipe. Don't expect me to call back. And if I do, I'm gonna keep calling back as long as I want to keep piping. And the minute you see I come across that good chick, my ass is gone. Your ass gonna be standing out in the cold going, what the fuck hit me? Start dressing classy. Start acting classy. Start being classy. And I don't mean put on a front. I mean, you know what? Elevate your mind. Do the right thing for yourself. And stop living the ghetto hood life. I'm sorry. The reason I'm talking like this right now, I'm tired, but also because of the fact that it's the only way that I can talk to get through to some people. Ask anybody. I'm the whitest goddamn brown guy you know. God left me in the Easy Bake Oven and forgot to set it and forget it. He just forgot it. That's it. I may be crispy brown on the outside, but the inside, I'm all white tender meat, son. I'm like a chicken McNugget. A chicken McNugget. Is that right? Whatever it is, that's what I am. Why? Ask anybody. When I go out and I go to the club, if I go to the club, if I'm rocking a fedora, a dress shirt, my shirt is tucked in my pants, and I got on a nice pair of shoes and a proper pair of pants that aren't sagging. You gotta look right. And guess what? That's what you see earns people's respect. You may not be as popular as a dude who has tons of tattoos and whatever, because you know what? Girls are fickle. At this age, we're all fickle. We all want what seems cool. But guess what? When you're older, that same douchebag who's got 30 tattoos, imagine how stupid he's gonna look with a beer belly and all that shit going on. Number three. Ladies, don't try just not to be such big sluts sometimes. Come on. I mean, this world's already fucked up enough as it is. I don't want to have to start walking around with a portable STD set. I really don't want to have to start walking around with one. And a speculum to make sure that everything down there is clean. To wear a flashlight on my head to inspect and looking up that fucking. No, I don't want to have to do that. Just to be able to find a woman I could say will carry my child. That she's gonna have to go through a 120-point inspection. Bitch, you're a woman. You are a woman. You are not a car. If I have to do a 120-point inspection on you to make sure that I can date you, that's wrong. And I certainly as hell wouldn't. I want a classy woman. That's what all men want. No matter what they say, I'll bet you $1,000,000. You put a classy woman next to a tramp, he'll fuck the tramp and then marry the classy woman. And guess what? He will not leave that classy woman unless he's mentally retarded. And that's another conversation for another day. Because some of these women out here are some of these men out here are fucking retarded. You got a good girl, you don't know what you have. And you know what? That's going to be the next video, but I ain't doing that right now. Because right after I do this, I need to go get some food, and I need to let my dog in. She's pretty pissed off. I left her outside for too long. All right, so that's my rant. And yeah, I know I'm a bit of a dickhead. Oh well. Welcome to the real world. Sometimes you just gotta be a dickhead to survive. And like I said, I'd rather be a dickhead who doesn't get laid than get head on my dick and have AIDS. Alright? I think we should all live by that. Remember. AIDS isn't mean. That shit don't have a cure. That shit will really fuck you up, man.